We are on live. Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles. Okay, we have an apostle live with us now, Apostle Ramlab. And shalom to you brothers out there doing the work in sincerity. To the 12 tribes scattered abroad. Shalom. So today is what? Today's July 10th. We're streaming, I believe it was a 10th. And if you brothers can hear us and all that, let us know how everything is sounding. The audio and the video. Let us know if everything is sounding good and if everything's looking good. All right, they said it's good. All right, Khan. So, Apostle Ramlab, I don't know if you have anything anything opening you want to say or start out with?
No, I mean, pretty much, I don't know if you had a topic or not, but pretty much, you see pretty much what's going on right now, prophecy-wise. There's so many things happening that it's almost impossible to start, and to you don't even know where to start. There's so much stuff happening in the news, in the alternative media, prophecy-wise, and things are heating up and speeding up because we're coming down to the wire. We're coming down to the end, and the closer we get to it, the end, the harder it's going to get. And I believe you have 1 Thessalonians 5.
Okay.
And that goes into it. You might want to start at the first verse.
Yep.
Because when you read that from the first verse on down, there's all kind of well, just read it.
Yeah, Khan. It's appropriate for the time.
Khan.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. It says, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you."
Right. So he doesn't have to write unto you of the times and the seasons. Why? Because you see what's going on. Mm-hmm. You see the prophecies happening. You see, because back then there were things happening, but it was nothing compared to what's going on right now. See, back then, what the prophecies they were waiting for back then was the destruction of Jerusalem, which they really didn't understand that. But Paul understood it, and he was trying to explain it to them. But back then, Jake wasn't really on that level, So that prophecy that the Apostle Paul wrote really goes more and is more in effect now in these days that we're living in right now, which are the last days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
It says, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Mm-hmm. For when they shall say peace and safety," for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them.
Right, because there's going to come a point where, see, these devils they're trying to establish what's known as a new world order, or a one world government. And there's going to come a time where all this turmoil that you see going on, they're going to try to all bring it to a head. They have a Latin term called ordo ab chaos. Ordo ab chaos is Latin for order out of chaos. So out of the chaos, they plan to bring some type or establish some type of order, which is their so-called new world order or one world government. So there's going to come a time where they're going to say, okay, now that all this turmoil is going on, this is the solution, this one world government. And when that time comes in, that's around the time, and when, as you read on, get Job, the 20th chapter also. Mm-hmm. A matter of fact, I hold that just in case. That's going to usher in, so to speak, the destruction, all these different race wars, race riots, and when that stops, then that's when they're going to try to establish that new world order. You had a point, maybe?
Yeah, I was going to say the time of 2nd Ezra's.
Right.
It should be like madmen, sparing none. With 2nd Ezra's, the 15th chapter, is what the apostles just talking about. All that's going to happen, and then what they're going to do, people are going to be in such a chaotic state of mind. There's going to be bloodshed everywhere. There's going to be famines. There's going to be martial law troops, all types of shit going on. And then what they're going to do is they're going to offer the solution, right, to so-called bring peace. Mm-hmm. And that solution is going to be that new world order.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, because what they see, these devils, they know the scriptures. They know about the scriptures. They know certain prophecies. So they want to establish a new world order, but that new world order has to be established upon a savior. There has to be a savior there, some image or something for some person for the people of the world that come united to look up to, you know, and that's what they want to do. When the kingdom is established, there's going to be, you got the Most High, but the Most High gave everything into the hands of Yahushua. So when the kingdom is established, Yahushua is going to be that head underneath the Most High that everybody's going to be looking up to. That's why he said that every knee shall bow to Yahushua. Go ahead.
Come. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Right. It says, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Now, if you know the analogy of a woman that's given, that's in childbirth, she doesn't have the baby right away. I mean, in some cases it happens, but before a woman actually gives birth, they have what's called contractions. And the closer the birth comes, the closer the contractions come together, which lets a woman know that, look, this is the time, or the midwives, which they had back then, this is the time where the baby is about to be here. So the baby being what? This destruction. The prophecies all being fulfilled. So all these things happening around the world, those are all those different contractions happening, you know, in this pregnancy that is the, you know, these so-called problems of the world, today, you know. So that's what it is. So now we're coming to the point now where these things are closing, and it's about to be born. And the baby that's about to be born is this nuclear destruction. It's going to be the chariots coming down, shooting lasers upon, you know, the different armies of Esau and the other nations, upon 2/3 of Israel, upon certain parts of the world. So that's all that devastation that's coming. That's that baby. And then after that devastation, then that's when the kingdom is going to begin to be established. So this really it's going to be order out of chaos, but it's going to be order out of chaos in a righteous way, not in the way that these international bankers want. You got more?
Yeah, I got a quick precept for what you said. It says, this is John 6:16 and 20. It says, a woman, when she is in travail, hath sorrow, because her hour is come. But as soon as she is delivered of the child, she remembereth no more the anguish for joy that a man is born into the world.
That's right. You know, so this is the travail now. And then, you know, we're here. So we're the ones that's going to be going through some of that travail. We're going, like right now, you know, we're going through travails, you know, wishing that, because if you're a righteous man, if you're righteous if there's any righteousness in you, you're going to look at a system like this or a world like this, and you're going to be grieved. You're going to be grieved in your spirit, you know?
Yeah, that's
because why are you going to be grieved in your spirit? Because when you're looking at the condition of the things in the world and the situation that's going on, it don't sit right with you. You know something's wrong. So now the Lord woke us up, gave us His truth, and we have the truth, you know, in us, you know, to be able to detect, you know, or discern right from wrong, you know, and you see what's going on, and you're grieved in your spirit, you know. You had some. Bring it out.
Ezekiel 9:4. Yep. It says, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem. And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Yeah, and really, technically, if you want to really get technical, when brothers were in the world, even though you may not really realize it, brothers that the Lord woke up to this truth, you know, were grieving in their spirit, you know, and looking at things around, saying, man, something's wrong, man. There's got to be a better way than this. But you just didn't have the explanation. You got certain jakes out there that know that something is wrong, but the Lord hadn't tapped into their mind to show them the truth and let them know what's really going on, you know. And that's the reason why they you know, like a lot of jake bug out, because they know something's up, but they can't pinpoint, they can't put their finger on it because they don't have that key element, which is the truth. That's why the truth is so important. That's why they're trying to destroy this Bible. That's why they're trying to destroy the validity of the scriptures. Why? Because they know that in this book there's power. Even in that movie, the Book of Eli, you know, the guy said, "Look, I gotta have that book because the people will believe it if it says it in the book, because there's power in this book, and they know it." So the only way they figure if they can destroy the validity of the Bible, they can destroy the faith of the people, and nobody will look towards the Most High, and then that would just cancel everything out. But give me Romans 3:3 real quick. Matter of fact, I'll get it. This is the book of Romans chapter 3, verse 3. It says, "For what is some did not believe." So just because you don't believe that this is the book of the Most High, that these are that this is the book that stood the test of time, that has been here to judge every situation that's going on, that has called out all the different prophecies that are happening upon the planet Earth, because you don't believe that this is that book. It says, "Shall the unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect?" Meaning, are you going to stop the plans of the Most High because you don't believe in this book? Man, you out of your damn mind. You know, and you know what's funny is that these so-called international bankers, the Illuminati, they know better. They got the manuscripts, they got the records, but somehow in that foolish mind of theirs, they really think, you know, I mean, they to be in a privileged position that they are to know all of the history of the world, they are fools, man, because they really think in their mind that they can stop this. You can't stop the power of the Most High, man. The power of the Most High is like that juggernaut. You know, when it starts going into motion, it might start off a little slow, but it starts picking up momentum, and before you know it, it turns into a ball, or a powerful ball, and it'll destroy anything in its path. You know, so they can't stop this, but they want to because they know that this is a threat. And when they see all the different Israelite groups out there teaching, they're nervous now. That's where they're getting their little James Whites and their vocab Malones and their Polites and their Sabnetta and their different so-called theologians out there to try to break this thing apart. But you can't break this thing apart, because if this work be of men, it will come to naught. But if it be of the Most High, you cannot overthrow it.
Agent provocateurs, that's all they are.
That's it. You agent provocateurs. You know, I was reading. Let me continue reading. It says, "For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? The Most High forbid." Meaning, hell no. The Most High is not going to allow his words to go out void. He's not going to allow his words to be shut down. He created them. How crazy is that? The Most High created these devils, but they're going to be the ones that stop the Most High.
Yeah, ain't gonna happen.
Ain't gonna happen.
He knows. Going back to how was it Hebrews? He found no repentance.
Right, Hebrews 12. Yep, you can bring that up if you want. Yeah.
So he knows that the Most High with him. So in his mind, I guess he figures, well, what I got to, you know what I'm saying? Like, he knows the Most High. He knows that the Most High discarded him. So in his mind he's like, okay, well, you know, what is there left to lose? I'm just gonna try to fight.
Right. And you know what that is? That's like, well, shit, I ain't gonna make it. So yeah. I'm gonna make sure that nobody else makes it either.
Yep.
That's their mentality.
Yep.
You know, look, you're the son of perdition. Look, okay. Jacob, I believe his name is Jacob Rothschild, Elon Rothschild, David D. Rothschild, you Rockefellers, you other different international bankers out there, you are the sons of perdition. You are the ones that are going to be destroyed. There is no hope for you. You can't stop this. No matter how much money you pay, no matter how much demonic, devilish stuff you do, you can't stop the truth, because the truth is in motion like that juggernaut, and it's coming with that force and power, man. So you can't stop it.
That's right.
It's the cat's out the bag, dude. You know?
Yeah.
It's too late. You should have thought about that long ago, but even if you'd have thought about it long ago, you still won't be able to stop this truth.
Yep. That's true. Hey, when the Lord said his word go out. And
yeah, you want to bring that out? Bring it.
I got some real quick in these in Isaiah.
So can I just finish this real quick? I'm gonna let you come in. The Most High forbid, yea, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar. What does that mean? That means let this book right here be true and every man a liar, because that's why they have these different theologians, so to speak, trying to destroy the word. You know, this book and the Diadache and the this and the other. You know,
if it's not in the book, it's a lie.
That's right.
Right? If it's not in the book, it's a lie.
Even my man Gary Oldman said it. But people will believe it if it says it in the book.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
why my man Elder Gabar got ripped apart by James White because he went out of the book.
Yeah. Oh, you talking about? Oh, yeah. Was that?
No, I'm sorry.
Bubble-Eyes.
Yeah.
That's why he got his ass torn
Handed
up
to him.
by this guy James White because he went out of the book. You go out of the book, that you go into his domain.
Yep.
Other books, that's the devil's domain.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You got to stay in the scriptures.
That's it. You know, and then he ain't protected by Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. He's outside of that circle.
Yeah, edge is going. Yeah,
you know, even though he knows he's an Israelite, even though he teaches certain things that we teach, his hedge ain't there with him because he's going off into a different name that the Most High didn't give us.
You ain't supposed to be confounded by no James White, man.
Yeah.
You know, but like the apostle said, he dealing with that Shia, Bashaya, that's not the name of the Most High, man.
Right.
So the scriptures say that the name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it.
Proverbs 10,
18 and 10.
18 and 10. Yep.
You know, so he ain't got the name of the Lord, and that's why the Lord wasn't with him, man. You know, because James White really is lightweight, man.
Yeah,
and that's why they do that. That's why they go into all the other, you know,
to try to destroy the Bible.
Destroy the Bible because they can't stand against the Bible.
Because his whole thing was like, look, when you go into the different manuscripts, you know what I mean, that King James Bible, you know, so they don't deal with the scriptures. They want to deal with the Didache and different documents and different councils that they had in the Roman Catholic Church. Yeah, you got it right.
Going back to Hebrews 12:16.
Bring it out, brother.
That's why. Because there's no repentance for him in the scripture.
And all those things are, how can you say,
so you got
conjecture, like they could be
conjecture.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're theoretical.
Yeah.
Right.
Theology.
Conjecture. It's a thing of opinions, right? Vain opinions. That's why. Matter of fact, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. You got that, brother?
Come on, I got Hebrews.
All right.
Hebrews 12:16. It says, "Least there be any fornicator, right, or profane person, as Esau."
You know that commercial.
Yep, as Esau. So fornicator meaning going into different philosophies, going outside of the scriptures, into different books, into your own shit.
Yep.
Or
your own vain opinion.
Your own vain opinion, right? Or profane person, profane meaning out of the temple, you know? Homosexuality, that's profane. The Book of the Dead, that's profane. Theology, these other philosophies, that's profane, right? They're not found in the scriptures. It says, as Esau, right, the so-called white man, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. Right? Now, when you read about Jacob and Esau, every time you read about Jacob and Esau, they say that Jacob stole the birthright or he cheated Esau. That's just Esau being a demonizing.
Bottom line, irregardless, if he did that, let's say he did that, so what? The damage is done. You know, but he didn't steal the birthright because it was already set up in the spirit like that.
They made a deal. His mother said, I'll give you my birthright if you give me some meat.
Right.
He sold his birthright for some bread pottage and with some bread or some shit like that. Lentil and you know.
And he's still trying to get his birthright back.
You sold it
over what 4,000 years or whatever.
And you can't get it.
But he already knew, right? Because it says it here. It says, for ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. For he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears.
Yeah, and he said, Esau said, "Is not my brother rightly named Jacob? For he has supplanted me these 2 times. First for my birthright, and now for my blessings." You got it.
Hey, you know, I mean, yeah. Well, it turns out this guy is not an Edomite, but he might be an Edomite, man.
Who's that?
James White. Because basically, you getting rejected again, man. You standing on that honky crap, man, and you getting broken up, man. All that theology in school, man. The Most High ain't dealing with that, man.
Let that honky go, dog.
Yeah, man.
Calvinism and all that shit.
Yeah, Calvinism, and you know, come on, man. Those are all different. Those are all different opinions and of different so-called men that were back there that were setting up those different, like the Protestants and Calvinism and all that crap.
Because Calvinism comes from, I think, a French guy, something Calvin was his name, and he started Calvinism, right? But you know how they call themselves? It's apologetics.
Yep. Apologetics.
So I looked at the word apologetics. It means to defend.
Right.
So it's defending us. Really. So
Yeah.
really, we're the real.
Yeah.
If you want to.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're
the real
the
defenders of the gospel. That's us.
But
that ain't you creeps.
But what you're defending is you're defending minutes, councils, traditions of men. You know, if I got more, bring it in. You know?
Yeah, I got you. Right
bring it out. Bring it out.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 1. It says, "And I, brethren, when I came to you," this is the Apostle Paul, "came not with excellency of speech or of wisdom, declaring unto you the testimony of the Most High." So that wisdom, what you think that's talking about? In other words, he didn't come with these theories,
right,
or these other philosophies, okay? Because he was schooled by Gamaliel. He was a Pharisee. He was learned. All right, he knew the Torah, the scriptures, and everything, the history. Yeah. He was learned and all that. He said, "Look, I ain't come at you with all this philosophy crap. You know, this council, that council, these writings and that writings."
Which he could have.
He could have
because he was learned in all the ways of Gamaliel, which he was learned from the Pharisees.
He was a master.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So it says, "For I determined not to know anything among you save Yahweh Shai and him crucified. And I was with you in weakness and in fear and in much trembling. And my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom." You get a lot of these guys, and most of these guys that come from these theologian schools and doctors of divinities or whatever they call themselves, doctor of this, they always want to try to hit you with these big $1 million words, man. Come with that super, one dude calls himself Vocab Malone. And all he does is talks in circles. He does a whole lot of talking about nothing, man, when you break it down, just to get to the point. Yes. You know, according to the scriptures, is Yahweh Shai, or is the Lord which his name is Yahweh Shai, a black man, yes or no? Well, he'll talk for a whole hour before he fucking answers it. You understand? But that's why the Apostle Paul said, look, he said, "My speech was and my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom, but in the demonstration of the Spirit and of power." Hebrews 4:12. What's the power? The word of the Most High is the power.
Damn, scripture.
Okay, so when Paul came at you, he hit you with them scriptures, man.
Right.
And that's why he always quote back as it is written, just like Yahweh Shai did, proving that the spirit of Yahweh Shai was on him. Yep. Yahweh Shai did the same thing. That's it. Is it not written in the law? That's it. Is it not written in the prophets? And that's what we do, man. We ain't gonna go into all these. You got the scriptures, Ecclesiastes 12:12, right? It says of making them
many books.
Many books, there's no end, right? There's all kind of books. You got the book of Enoch, the gospel according to Timothy, the gospel according to whoever. You know, Barnabas. You got books all day long, man.
Books galore.
Books galore, man. That been tainted. Yep. Stuff that Esau done got his nasty, dirty paws on.
Yep. And I remember High Priest Ariel used to say, those many books that it's talking about books of the Most High, who the Most High is, and things of that nature. Yes. It's not even talking about talking about books. If you look in the library or in a bookstore or whatever, look in the section just dealing with the Most High. They got a whole world of books just dealing with the Most High, who the Most High is, and this particular thing, and that particular, the Bible code, and this, you know,
this opinion, this person's view,
how
this person feel about the Most High,
the different commentaries.
Yeah,
you got Matthews and this other guy and that guy.
Yeah,
and there's a whole world of comment just on the commentaries alone.
But it's only one truth. So what's up with all them different books?
Yep. Matter of fact,
I got something if you're done.
Okay. Okay. We get some. Yeah, you know it's about me. I need some more.
Let me get some.
All right. It says, verse 5.
Get some.
That your faith should not stand in the wisdom of men, but in the power of the Most High. Meaning your faith supposed to be inside the scriptures and this word, man. That's the power of the Most High. Not the wisdom of men. You know, all these different documents and all that stuff. All these books, like the brother said, the books on so-called God and the Most High.
Yeah. And the titles, like this guy James White, he got an actual doctor. He's a doctor. James White.
Yeah, because they got doctor of divinity.
All this and that.
They go to all these different schools and theologian schools and stuff like that. But that's man's wisdom. You ain't supposed to stand just because a dude seems all proper, and he has the appearance of a wholesome,
wholesome
cracker,
mannerisms.
wholesome dude.
I can't play that because that's profanity. And,
Yeah, he look like, what's my man Newton from Jonestown? He's supposed to made him look like he was all of a noble person and whatnot. That's the devil. The devil comes at you like that, man.
Angel of light.
Angel of light, man. So the devil ain't gonna come try to trick you with the horn showing. He's gonna cut them shits off or whatever,
He's gonna saw him down.
Send him down.
Wear a hat or some shit.
And you know that saying, the old saying, the greatest trick the devil ever pulls, how it goes, was
to trick the world he never existed.
Yeah, he tricked the world that he never existed.
That's it, James White. James White ain't no different than that damn devil that and I know y'all seen him. You know that what's that church that Craig Mack is locked into?
I
said, boy, it didn't like that. I call you boy. Hello, that cracker. He said they call you Craig Mack. He made a rhyme. It's Puff Daddy. You tell Puff Daddy what you feel. So basically, Craig Mack's under this devil. He's like a janky, but he got a beard and shit. He look like he's 87 or whatever. Look like he's been molested and everything in his sight. Right?
Even at that age.
Yeah, but that's James White. I don't know his name. I wish I could remember the fuck his name. But
it's worth for Google.
But it's just James White is that same devil, man. You understand? They all the same.
Probably putting it on the comment board.
Come. If y'all get a chance, look it up. Craig Mack is a part of a group sort of like James White.
He's a Christian rapper, man.
Yeah, and dudes be sitting there insulting them because when you go into those groups, once they draw you niggas in, they, it's just like the Jehovah's Witness. They make you think that you're the goyim or, look, okay, you're not nothing. We're educating you. We're civilizing you.
Talk down to you.
They talk down to you. We're teaching you the proper ways to God and how you're supposed to, change your life around and come out of your savage ways and so forth and so. That's what that's all about, man.
Yeah. These devils got a nerve talking about savage ways.
Yeah, James White is nothing but a fucking devil, man.
Yes,
Brother Steer.
Is that his name?
Yeah, they call him alleged Christian cult leader, Brother Steer.
Brother Steer. I bet you know James White. I bet you they buddies, man. But they be fooling niggas. They got that nigga Craig Mack, man. And if you follow him, you gonna end up like Craig Mack. And if y'all watch the video with Craig Mack, man, that nigga is super duper gone, man. And guess what? Craig Mack knew about the truth, man. He used to go listen to the camp at Harlem. There's one nigga that fell off that we know, Wadey Wade, used to be sitting there teaching him. Back then when he had that flavor in your ear was out. You understand? So he knew the truth. But he went and got with some stupid ass fucking perverted cracker.
Perverted monk.
And basically he the devil. That's the devil right there. James White grows his beard out and everything. That's probably how he looked, man.
Yeah, Brother Steer. Stairway to hell. The stairs to hell.
That's James White twin brothers, man. It ain't nothing different, man. Them devils are all the same, man. They go to the same school. All right, now it says verse 6. It says, howbeit, we speak wisdom among them that are perfect. And that's why we always say the truth ain't for everybody, man. The truth is only for the elect. You got to be of that elect. The scripture say many are called, but the chosen are few. So you're going to have a lot of brothers that's going to come into this thing, but they're not going to be able to hang, or they ain't going to be able to, deal with it because they're not part of the elect.
Brother says Satan Claus.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's who you look like, Satan Claus. Right? So it says, yet not the wisdom of this world. See, when you deal with these guys, and that's why the Apostle Paul, he makes a point, which is true. As an Israelite, you should know better. Through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah, we have the top debating skills, if you will, man. Because why? That's all we do. I said, look, man, you don't want to get in an argument with the scriptures with me, man. That's all my life. That's my life.
Yep.
All right, inside, outside, I know whatever angle you coming at before you go there, man.
Yep.
You're supposed to dominate that exchange, man.
Yep.
Don't let these devils spew their shit, because it's gonna be nothing but a bunch of fucking madness, man.
Yeah, you gotta go for the headshot.
You gotta go for the headshot. And the thing is, they're gonna try to cite some stuff that they learned from a seminary school.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with the truth, though.
Yep.
Yeah. And they're not gonna let you lead.
No.
You got to be the one that lead. Look, this is the truth. Either they accept it or they don't. If you lead, You know, and if they don't like it, then hey, we don't gotta have this debate. We don't gotta talk.
Yeah.
A lot of them guys is full of shit, man. They don't really want to debate. They like, you know, we got a lot of people that debate for money. You know what I'm saying? It's a money making thing. They try to hype it up like a WWE or whatever. But when you really boil down to it, they don't want to debate. You definitely don't want to debate GMS, man. Because the spirit of Yahweh and Yahushua, the Most High and the Son is with us.
That's right.
And you see our work from the apostles on down. You know what's gonna happen, man.
Yeah, and that's why when you know, like Apostle Tar mentioned it, I guess a few brothers have made comments on it. When he usually, if he has a video, the comments are always disabled, and usually the comment board on the live shows is disabled. But I guess one or two times, a couple of times, you know, it was on. Brothers were in there cutting them so bad that he disabled the comment board, or I believe he terminated the show early. You know,
he ain't about that life.
Yeah,
man.
because you know the thing with them, that's why they don't want to deal with the scriptures. That's why they want to deal with the different books out there. And okay, well, this document proves that Bible that you have is not valid.
Yeah.
You know, you
said so, motherfucker.
Yeah, because you said so. You're the authority now. Here it is, you've been a goddamn devil all your life. You done destroyed the whole world. You done just polluted the air. You know, you done put the so-called black men, the Judites in the Western, Benjamin and Levi in slavery. You done killed the rest of the 10 tribes over here on this side of the world. You done murdered the whole planet. You done raped the whole planet. You done stole the whole planet. You know, robbed the whole planet. But now you're the authority on what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah.
What is deemed of the Most High and what's deemed not of the Most High. When all your works have shown that you're nothing but the goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of.
Yep.
Go ahead, brother.
I got something in the First
Mad
Corinthians.
over here, man.
Yeah, man. 1 Corinthians 1:19. It says, "For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise."
Right. And that's the Lord said He's going to destroy the wisdom of the wise. You have a curriculum. The Most High don't deal with curriculums. Give me the book of St. John, chapter 3, verse 7. The Most High does not deal with curriculum. This is not a curriculum. That's why the Spirit is not, you can't contain the Spirit. Ecclesiastes 11. You got it up?
Yep. John chapter 3, verse 7.
Oh, no.
Marvel not that I said unto thee, ye must be born again. The wind bloweth where it listeth, and thou hearest the sound thereof, but cannot tell whence it cometh and whither it goeth.
Yep. You can't tell where it came from or where it's going. You can't see it. Okay?
It says, so is everyone that is born of the Spirit.
So is everyone that is born of the Spirit. So for you, I almost lost it. For you mother effers that want to try to have these different conferences and debates. Okay, look, you got 4 minutes, and then you're gonna say what you gotta say in your 4 minutes, your defense, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna rebuttal with my 4 minutes, and then after that you have a reprieve of 8 minutes, and then I'll come back with my 8 minutes. Man, fuck that, man. You ain't gonna contain the words of the Most High, man. And that's why they want to have those controlled environment debates. The Most High's word is free. There's free course in this truth, man. You can't contain and bottle the Spirit. Go ahead, brother. And Ecclesiastes, I believe, is 11:5.
11:5. Okay.
Go ahead, finish that up.
Finish it up.
Read it again.
Okay, read it again. It says, the wind bloweth where it listeth, and thou hearest the sound thereof, but canst not tell whence it cometh, and whither it goeth. So is everyone that is born of the Spirit.
So is everyone that is born of the Spirit. What is that? Thessalonians, 1 Thessalonians 5:19. Go ahead, brother.
All right, this is Ecclesiastes, chapter 11, verse 5. It says, "As thou knowest not what is the way of the Spirit." You
don't know what the way of the Spirit is. Is that? Read it again.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, you got it. Go ahead.
As thou knowest not what is the way of the Spirit.
You don't know the way of the Spirit. You don't know how the Spirit is going to come. You don't know how the Spirit is going to go. You don't know what the Spirit is going to bring out. When we started this lesson earlier, you know what? It's been about a half hour maybe. When we started the lesson earlier, we didn't know what we was going to go into. There was no set topic, but the Spirit takes over. You know?
Yeah, that's another thing. I'm sorry not to cut you off. That's another thing, because it's just like when you go to a fucking so-called school, or you go to a college, one of these so-called universities. It's impossible to talk about something deep about these universities. I heard him say it this week. He might have mentioned it before, but that was deep. That they all set up originally to be theological type schools, like dealing with the scriptures and everything. It was never meant for you to go there and get your bachelor's in human resources or accounting and all this and that. So that's heavy within itself. That shows you, that it goes back to the scriptures. But what they do is when you go to these colleges, and that's how these churches are when they teach their congregation, it is not based off the Most High. Like the apostle said, we just went in the spirit. We didn't sit down and say, well, we're going to go into this and go into that and say this word for word. They give you a goddamn curriculum. It's the same thing as the school, man. And the Lord said, think not what for it shall be given you in that hour what to speak.
Right.
But it shows you, because they're not spiritual, man. They're not spiritual. That's why they don't deal with the spiritual things. That's why they don't want to deal with the word. They want to try to get you away from the Bible.
Because they're carnal. They're carnal. Read that, brother. You got that.
Yes, this is.
Matter of fact, before you read on, read Thessalonians.
1 Thessalonians 5 and 21. 19. Like.
That is a force of habit.
Yeah, come. It says, quench not the spirit.
Quench not the spirit. That's what when you have those different seminary curriculum, those debates, those conferences, you got this amount of time. Man, they look when the one West was established, they like Apostle used to tell us you had 50 generals and everybody had 10 minutes to speak or 15 minutes to speak. You can't bottle the spirit like that, man. The spirit is not bottled like that. The spirit is not contained like that.
Let it run.
The spirit moves, That's why you see, 1 minute a brother be on fire, man, teaching, kicking it. All of a sudden, he don't say a word because the spirit's not on him.
That's right.
It doesn't matter how great the man is. He'll be on it, he hitting points, and all of a sudden you'll see him shut down. And then that spirit will jump off of him and jump on another brother. That's what the scriptures say, let the prophets prophesy 2 or 3 at a time. And if a thing is revealed to him that it stands by, let the first hold his peace and let that other prophet speak, man.
That's right.
Because you can't contain this, man.
Yeah, man.
Read that again.
It's Thessalonians 5 and 19. Quench not the spirit. Despise not prophesying.
Despise not prophesying. Because that's the key. And they despise prophesying, James White.
Exactly.
And only reason why we're talking about this dude, him and Vocab alone, is because they're the flavor of the month right now.
Exactly.
And they don't deal with prophecy. They don't like to deal with prophecy. And I see why they don't want to deal with prophecy, because the prophecy is that if they are Edomites, they're going into slavery. The prophecy is that America is going to be destroyed. Yep. The prophecy is that the microchip is the mark of the beast, and all other types of prophecies that are going to be coming to pass. So they don't want to deal with that because they're not looking at the end of the world. They're looking to continue this miserable existence of a life in this world.
Hey, them bastards, they stepped into the lion's den. They try to talk slick a little bit about. They stepped into the lion's den, man. They thought they ain't ready for the big boys, man.
That's why James White is gracefully bowing out.
Yeah, he is, man.
Say, you know what? I never intended to get into this. I was just, he did that video.
Yeah. Is that the one that Paul said James White waves a white flag?
I think so, yeah.
That might be the same one. Yep.
He said, look, I never intended, they're not worth, he said, they're not worth my time, so I'm just going to.
Yeah, of course they're not worth your time.
You know why? Because it's too high power.
Too high power, baby. It's too high power, And at the end of the day, going back to the brother read in Hebrews, he's finding out that there's no place of repentance for him.
Yep.
So of course it ain't. You can't come and get saved through us. You're right. Bubbleize was your only chance of trying to sneak in into the kingdom through that clown, because he was accepting Edomites. He was talking about what he's gonna give them jobs and take care.
But you know, there's I don't know if you saw.
He knew it. He knew it. Not Edomite.
No, even Bubbleize, he was getting mad. Like like he was looking at him like, look, man, this is our book. Yeah. Give me my book back.
But
he wanted to just jump on and say, you're the devil. But you know what? That's right. That's your fucking fault.
That's what you get.
Because you want to accept crackers in your organization. You don't play with the devil, man.
Yeah. Take their money and get,
You
sell
know,
out and
you
all
don't
that.
play with the devil, man. You put the devil in check. When Satan came to Yahushua and tried to tell him, use the scriptures on him, what did Yahushua do? He checked him with the scriptures and just basically told him to step off.
Yep.
You know? You don't play with these devils, man.
Resist the devil and he shall flee.
That's it. That's it.
But he did it with the scriptures. Yahushua did it with the scriptures.
That's it.
Everything he said, he was cool in the scriptures. You know? He wasn't.
And I'm gonna say this too, man. You guys out there, you brothers out there, the heads of the camps out there in the different camps, stay spiritual, man. Don't be going on no personal attacks, telling people fuck you and fuck, man, stay in the spirit, man.
Pay attention what's going on.
Right, because the Lord could pull that hedge off you and you could get jacked up, man.
Yeah,
Stay in the spirit. Stay in the scriptures.
Unless you're an agent.
unless you're an agent. If you're an agent, then we understand.
Yeah,
because you got agent provocateurs out there. Stay in the spirit, man. Stay in them scriptures. And you can't go wrong.
Got something for you too.
Go ahead.
1 Peter chapter 5, verse 7. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour.
The spiritual demon Satan is looking who he can take out. He gonna use whoever he wants to use to take you out. So you got to be vigilant. You got to see what's going on. You got to understand the times that you're living in. You got to understand that what we're teaching right here, this is a threat to these devils, man. This is a threat to the spiritual demon Satan, and it's a threat to the physical demon Satan, which is Esau, the other nations, and 2/3 of Israel. It's a threat.
Yes, it is.
That's why Paul said, look, man, don't worry about it. Pretty soon the Lord's going to bruise Satan up under your foot. So Satan ain't going to have no power or dominion over us when Yahushua comes back. So we have to stay focused in teaching his word.
Stay spiritual.
Because if you go outside of that, the Most High can pull his hedge away from you, man, and you open for anything.
Yeah, I got you again too.
All right, bring it up.
It's Romans.
So man, smarten up. You brothers out there, smarten up, man. You heads of camps, you brothers even to the least man in the camp. Open your eyes, see what's going on. But mainly you heads of the camp, man, because you're responsible for those men that's with you. So if something goes down, whatever happens, it's on you.
That's right. Romans chapter 8, verse 5. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh.
That's right.
But they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit.
That's right. Yeah, because you got some brothers that they do a little training, a little grappling, a little jiu-jitsu, a little boxing, a little, they can fight, So they thinking that somebody come up, they can bust them down. Man, the Most High could, at that moment, he could make you into a little baby, man. Till you forget everything that you knew, and you know how to feel an expert fighter. You can forget all that shit in 1 second, man.
Well, that dude might have a piece on, pull out a piece.
Yeah.
You're gonna catch a bullet with your teeth.
Now what? Yeah, right. You're gonna be like Mr. Chin.
I'm missing.
Please. No, ain't showing.
You're gonna be like my man. He cut the bullet in the two front teeth, yo.
Real quick, I'll go right back to that. But Jeremiah,
That's a special ed song.
Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 23. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom. So the Most High deal with you on a level where you get a lot of revelation, and you understand and get a lot of breakdowns. Don't let that shit go to your head, my man. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You can't
let that. Said he resist the proud.
You resist the proud, bro.
Yeah.
The Most High, you go in like you came up with the knowledge. Anything that we get, and the apostles are the examples, and they tell you that through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that's how Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, and the other brothers on down understand these scriptures. We tell you that. So you're going to pop up on the scene. I just got this new revelation and shit, about Caleb or about this book, the book of, the book of Barnabas, the scrolls of, Peter's uncle. Don't come around with all that fucked up spirit, man. And the Lord said, thus saith the Lord, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might.
Bam.
If you a brother that's like you skilled and you ill, you knocking niggas off, knocking niggas out.
Yeah.
You gotta be humble, man. The Most High sent that angel that he sent to hell of Durians You know,
bust you up, man.
Man, look, man, we flesh, brother. We, you know, even at, I mean, don't get me wrong, man. You know,
Now, if you're in a situation where your life is a threat, or they step to you,
by all means,
you know, they cross that line, then you got to defend yourself, and then the Most High will be with you.
Carnal line is enmity.
But don't be going out there starting shit, man.
Starting on people because you can fight.
Yeah, man. Or because you might be with a bunch of brothers, or you might. You know, nah, man, you gotta be humble in this thing.
The Lord in the scripture says the Most High called us worms.
Yeah.
Right? Because a worm is defenseless. A worm doesn't have no defense.
Yeah.
So the only defense we got is the Most High. How about Shimei Shai?
Exactly.
So you can't be going out there like you fucking Superman or some shit.
You ain't nothing but a worm. Hey, look at a worm. When a worm leaves the comfort of his home, and it's a hot ass day, and he starts slithering on that hot ass pavement, before you know it, you come by, you see what? Worm flambe, man.
Yeah.
Sauteed worms, man. That motherfucker be hot. He be so hot he can't do nothing. He can't get away from that heat. You know?
That's right. That's right.
You got more to that up?
It says
I want to go back to Ecclesiastes too.
Okay, all right, I'm just finishing.
We got a couple other scriptures.
It says, let not the rich man glory in his riches, but let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am the Lord which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. Because a lot of you brothers, man, in these camps too, man, you know, I mean, sometimes niggas be fucking up, but a lot of y'all, man, y'all don't show no mercy amongst each other, man.
Yeah.
You know, y'all gotta remember, this is a brotherhood, man. Y'all be wanting blood, man. Some of you brothers they be going for blood, man.
Yeah.
We get calls and stuff like that, and it's stuff that y'all could have dealt with yourself, man. You know, you gotta learn judgment and mercy when it's due. When it's due.
Hey, remember the scripture says you should have judgment without mercy, that show no mercy.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, sometimes you have to take an extreme stance just to prove a point. You know, and just to get a brother back and have him back in line and be on fire.
Hey, if the brother comes to y'all and like, look, brother, slack you. I ain't mean to. Whatever he stole or whatever he might have did and all this and that. You know, you gotta. The outside said forgive your brother seven times. 70 times 7.
7 times 7.
7 times 7.
70 times 7. Or
7 times 70. 490.
Which
times completion. That's completion.
And you ain't gonna offend a brother that many times. That's damn near impossible.
Yeah, if you do that, man.
You worse than the devil. You ain't able to do that. So
something wrong.
You know, but then you're like, nah, fuck that. But we ain't fucking with Holmes. That brother, now I ain't going to the camp if he's, hey man, you brothers gotta check yourself on that stuff, man.
Yeah.
Just saying, just throwing it out there. You know, because you have camps that be doing that, sometimes be pettiness, man.
Yeah.
Then it blows up into some bullshit that really shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But
it's a damn shame.
Yeah, the back and run.
It is impossible, but the offenses must come. But warn to him by whom the offense cometh.
That's right, man.
And that's scripture.
So this is back in Romans 8 and verse 6 now. It says, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
That's right.
So like the apostle said, Apostle Todd did a video, be spiritual, right? We gotta be spiritual even more so now with all this stuff that's going on. We know that they coming for us, man. Yeah. All right, who's the brother? Yashua. Y'all seen the video, right? He did that video, man. Yeah. The spirit was with the brother, and there's a few other brothers did a couple more videos. I guess land backing or whatever the case is on it.
Yeah, land backing.
Off of that situation, right? And you know what? We knew they were gonna come for us eventually, but all we gotta do is be spiritual. We ain't gotta worry about that, man. Let them come for us, man. Shit, man. How long ago we been waiting for them to come for us, man?
Yeah.
We know that they were coming for us, man. But then that's how we know that we that much closer to the end, man.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, cause Most High gonna get their ass, man.
Hey, well, they gotta make a move. Look, the Most High is a master chess player.
Most High gonna get
So once they make that move, the Most High, he got all the moves already figured out. So they gotta make that move in order for the Most High to make his move.
Yeah, it has to happen.
You know?
It has to go down.
So it says, because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High. So if you think of carnally, like inciting riots and just being a troublemaker, You know, you might know how to fight, get in the fights all the time, like, you know,
instigating shit.
Instigating shit. Remember, you being an enemy to the Most High. You ain't being spiritual. Right now, more than see, it was a time years ago. You had time to grow in pains and to learn. You brothers better fucking know what time it is now, man. If you don't know by now that we gotta be spiritual, then I don't know what else to tell you.
You always got scoffers always on the comment.
Oh, the scoffers in it.
Hey,
they saying some good shit, some funny shit.
Nah.
Same old shit.
But what's good at, hey man, they're necessary evil, man.
Yeah, they come with the tip. Hey, well, the light, it just proves that we got the light. When you turn that light on, all the worst bugs in earth, man.
They used to be kind of funny and shit, but they're getting dry now.
Yeah, like a moth to the flame.
Moth to the flames, man. They can't even help themselves. They don't even be probably wanting to scoff, but their spirit is already, the Most High created them to be scoffers, man. So they oh shit, they doing a video, let's come and scoff.
Yep.
And let them keep scoffing, man. Hey, I know they see what's going on. You know, you in front of us, but you scoffers is shaking in your boots, man.
Yeah.
Bitch boys.
You know, because you know what's funny is like we ain't going to y'all, I mean, even though they don't have no live show, we ain't coming to y'all messing with y'all
on your channel.
You know?
Yeah, what's the Scoffer live show, man? Show you y'all full of shit. Man.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, you know what? Yeah, what you the Scoffer live?
Scoffer live stream.
Baloo, Azar, Mike, all the mother clowns.
Live stream. Just first dealing with them, right?
Clowns.
Yeah, man.
Spirit dealing with you, start a live stream.
But that's all right, you know. That's all right. They're no different than Esau. You know, Esau got to do what he got to do because he knows that there's no hope for him. So these lost souls out there, they got to do what they got to do to try to gain as many lost souls with them as they can.
Yeah, and I may say this, man. For the longest, man, we've been waiting, man. Right the hell, our elders and apostles above us, they've been waiting even longer. Let those be your examples, man. You think that brothers ain't back in well, when I came in the early 90s, the other apostles in the early 80s and stuff, you think brothers ain't want to, you know, set it off and do, you know, but what? We chose to be spiritual because the scriptures say, the Lord said, wait ye upon me. We got to be spiritual. The Most High is going to give us vindication. He's going to give us revenge. He's going to give us payback, man. Yep. 2 Thessalonians 1:6 is going to be in effect. Revelations, what's that, 13, 9, 10.
13, 9, and 10, yep.
That's going to be in total effect. But you just got to be patient and wait for the Most High. The Lord said, wait ye upon me till I rise up to the prey.
Revelation 13, 9, and 10. Here is the patience
and faith
of the saints.
Of the saints.
I got you.
Patience.
You know? So brothers got to, that's what it is, man. You know, you got to be patient, man.
Let me read this.
I'm sorry, brother. Yep.
Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 8.
Man.
Therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. And that's talking about, that's talking about everybody,
yes.
all the prey.
You can't be starting no shit off, man. And that's how we know when we see guys doing certain shit, and they probably agent provocateurs, man.
Yeah.
And the Lord said, so I rise up to the prey. You can't, like the black, you got these new Black Panthers movement. You ain't nothing like them, but them old zealots and Sicaris and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, they were just sitting out there trying to set shit off, set the race, set the wars off or whatever.
They were backstabbers.
Rebellions.
They were backstabbers. You know, they'll get you all pumped up and hyped up, and then as soon as you start, you know, moving and saying stuff, then they'll go and tell the Romans, and then they'll go tell this person. They were backstabbers, man. They were all backstabbers. It said, "For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger."
Right, because you know you got, and that's why Jake stay losing, man. You know, 2/3 niggas, they doing all these marching, protesting, Black Lives Matter. They shut down the fucking streets in Manhattan, which the Spirit had us get away from that shit. All of us. We ain't get caught up in today. They was blocking up traffic. They had some notable niggas up in the midst of different groups in LA and Manhattan.
They ain't notable by the Most High.
They ain't notable by the Most High, but the Lord said, wait upon him. You can't sit there and do nothing, man.
Right.
Y'all thinking y'all gonna take matters into your own hands, man. Only thing you're doing the same thing Martin Luther King did. All right?
Yeah.
But all that violence is not the answer. Don't come out with violence. We don't go. Then what are you gonna say? These devils got guns and bullets aimed at you. How the hell you rolling up on what shit? You think you're gonna get their attention because you got a few numbers and they ain't heard you. They ain't heard you the past 30, 40 years. What makes you think they're going to listen to you now in 2016?
It's been 50+ years since all that stuff,
Come on,
that so-called civil rights movement. You know, between 50 and almost 60 years. Ain't nothing changed. It ain't going to change because that's the wrong breath. You got the wrong breath. The right breath is right here in the scriptures, but they don't want to follow this breath.
And you know what? If I may say this, think about this, you niggas that's out there. That you cause that upon yourself, though. You them same niggas that when the Lord himself, the true Lord, a so-called black man, was being persecuted, being crucified, you said, look, let his blood be upon us and our children. You said that. That's why that's happening right now, man.
That's right.
You know? Ain't nothing gonna happen coincidence. Ain't nobody innocent dying. Look, in the past, you was on wicked-ass spirits that came against your maker, man, and the son that he sent to save your little black asses, man. So now, guess what? The scriptures say that the Most High visit the iniquities of the fathers and
upon the children
in the third and fourth generations, man. Meaning in the reincarnation of them that hate me.
Yeah.
You hate the Lord. And the living proof is that you hate us. And the Lord sent us. We coming out with the word of the Lord. So all you niggas that's getting pummeled, there's gonna be more niggas getting shot. This race riots is on. Hey, that's heavy, man. Apostle been saying it, brothers been saying it. Nero is blaming shit on the Jews again. On you Negroes. You are the real Jews. You fucking idiots, man. Black lives, man.
It says that I may pour upon them mine indignation, which is the nuclear missiles that fired in a fire from the chariots. It says, even all my fierce anger, because the Most High is pissed off, man. That's why the Lord said when he starts opening up on this world, especially here in America, in certain parts of the earth, it's gonna be fierce. It's gonna be vicious, man. That's where the only place that you're gonna be safe is gonna be in the chariots up in the air, you know, out in space. And yes, space does exist for you flat earth clowns. You know, out in space, that's the only place you're going to be safe, because the scriptures say that when these missiles start hitting, the birds in the heavens are going to be shaken. So if the birds in the heaven are going to be shaken, you got to be in a certain place where that's not going to touch you. Where you going to be at? Out of space.
Out of the ozone layer.
Outside the ozone layer. Outside that protective layer that the Lord put for the atmosphere inside of the earth. It says, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy, which means what? It's not talking about the entire earth. It's talking about the rulership, that age, the power and rulership structure of Esau, the so-called white man that's ruling right now. So his whole power structure is going to be put out. There ain't going to be no, okay, yeah, well, you know, China going to rule for 5-10 years, you know, and Russia's gonna rule for, man, they're gonna be taken out. Period. Once Yahweh Shai brings the destruction, that's it. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. And any of you that teach any different than that, then you ain't the man of the Lord, man. You are not a man of the Lord.
Right.
I tell you straight up.
That's right.
All right. You had something else?
Nah, that's the point, man. Back at what you had, Ecclesiastes?
Ecclesiastes 5.
Well, you know what? Let's go. Get Joel 3:3-9. Let's you know, and somebody get Jeremiah, you know, 50. You know, because you know, the spirit is moving into, you know, I mean, we've been prophesying about certain situations and, you know, certain things, but you know, we're coming to the point now too where the Lord is gathering all these nations over there in the Middle East for war. Matter of fact, somebody get that before you read Joel. Get Revelation 16 and start the 13th verse. We were supposed to get this at the camp, but you know, the spirit kind of led someone to led it a different direction. You know, Pastor had called for that scripture in the camp, but it didn't come out because, you know, it was so much going on. So start at Revelation 16 and 13. Look, these devils, they're in power. Whether you want to believe it or not, they are in power. They call the shots. And everything that they do, they try to do according to what the Most High does, but on the left-hand side. You know, they have a monetary system, which they hold to. They have a military system, which they hold to. And they have a religious system, which they hold to. All right? And those three things is what they're using to bring forth this so-called New World Order. Yeah, something, brother?
No, you mentioned the three systems. So the
three city-states.
Was it the Washington? No.
It's
England.
England is the financial capital. Then you have the Pentagon, which is in DC, which is the military structure, and then you have the Vatican, which is the so-called spiritual structure.
Right.
You know, those are the three things. Those are the three what you're gonna read about. That got control and manipulation upon the whole planet. That's why if the Pope jumps up, he'll say one thing, but his thing, he's with the New World Order. He speaks about the New World Order. He talks about being microchipped. He goes to different nations to try to so-called bring that peace. You know, that pseudo peace.
Yeah.
You know why? Because they're all working in conjunction, one with the other. So read that out.
Right, if you come, Revelations 16, verse 12. It says, "And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates."
Because see, look, man, hold up. You know, look, man, get up Revelation 9. I'm sorry, brother, get Revelation 9. What is that, 11? It's Revelation 9 and 11. Look, there are certain key points on the planet that the Lord is using, you know, to bring forth the end of this so-called white man's power structure. And the river Euphrates is one of them. Is that Revelation 9 and 11?
Revelation 9, about Apollyon.
Go to the 13th verse.
13.
Go to 14 up here.
Let me see, verse, come.
Read that.
Okay, Revelation 9 and 14. It says, saying to the sixth angel,
right,
which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates.
Now these four angels, Revelation 7 and 1, these four angels are set up by the Most High himself, three powerful angels that are holding back the destruction of the four winds. So what are these angels doing? They're holding back the destruction. How are they holding back the destruction? They're manipulating the minds of these different leaders, you know, to not shoot the missiles yet, because it's not time. Oh, you're just making it, man. They're not. Yahweh Shai called Michael to help him work on the king of Persia's mind, to make him do a certain particular thing.
The proof of that is going back to the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yep.
But it wasn't time. But back then it was shit. Damon got set off.
Yeah.
You know, it was that close.
Right.
You know, there's a few videos on it that goes into how close America was to a nuclear.
Many times.
Right. Yeah. So, but it's because of what the brother said. Them angels is holding it back. Good.
No,
about that chariot, about the chariot, right?
Yeah, over the side.
That one, okay. Yeah. That you're right. There was a chariot. Now you got it, brother.
Well, it happened many times. Like the military experts that are high up, top secret. There's videos, you know, so-called what they call it when they leak or whatever. They said there was many times, countless times that America came close to a nuclear war, but there was spirits that stopped it from happening. And many times they've seen chariots fly over the silos and actually just shut down the electronics to where the missiles couldn't fire.
Right, and also you had instances where the chariots will fly over certain military installations where they had the silos, and the clock would start counting off, and they were trying to hit different. You know, they were trying to override it, and they couldn't.
Yep.
And then when they got to a certain point, it was stopped.
Yep. To
let you know, man, the Most High controls everything, man. Hey, when these devils shoot those missiles off, it's going to be because the angels, the four angels, you know, the angel.
The four angels.
They're gonna work on the minds of these devils, and they're gonna shoot that off. But guess what? Once those missiles are shot off, the Most High is gonna take those missiles and guide them, because His Spirit is gonna be in those missiles. He's gonna guide those missiles to their destination, because they may have a destination, but the Most High got His destination. You got it, bro.
Man, bring this. You probably already know.
Bring it up, no, brother. Bring it up.
Okay, Ezekiel 39 and tree.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
It says, and I will smite thy bow.
You gotta
start at the first verse. Ezekiel 39 and
get all
that meat.
Well, there's no bones. There's just gotta get all that meat.
That's straight
Oh,
meat.
yeah, yeah,
It's all nothing but meat.
Yeah, kind of. It says Ezekiel 39:1. It says, "Therefore thou son of man, prophesy against God, and say, Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal," going into Russia, right? It says,
and those are Meshach and Tubal. Those are different allies that they have, like down in Turkey, you know, because some of those ancient names were in the land of Turkey there, you know, because all those people there, like Syria, Turkey, you know, they all, a lot of them are in league with Russia, you know. Sometimes they'll switch sides, you know, but for the most part, they were in league with Russia.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, America's been trying to get up in Syria.
Yeah, because they're looking for that stronghold so they can attack Iran or Iran.
But they haven't been able to.
They can't because the Lord, the angel, you know, the far kind of angel, the far kind of angel holding them back. That's an inside joke, brothers. You know. So it's like them angels are holding them back. Why? Because the angels are manipulating the minds of those different leaders around there and not allowing them to do what they want to do. Why? Because it's not time. But once it's time, them angels are gonna say, okay, whoop, they're gonna fall back, you know, and then you're gonna see a different scenario. You know?
Yeah, brother.
Yeah,
kind of real quick. Proverbs.
Oh, I know you're going, brother.
Proverbs 21:1. Yep. It says the king's heart, meaning his mind, is in the hand of the Lord.
That's right.
As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will.
So I don't give a damn if you're Kublai Khan, if you're if you're the most stubbornest and king out there. The Most High will work on your mind, and you will do what the Lord wants you to do. Because the heart of the king is in the Most High's hand. As the rivers of water, you know, like when you got a river of water, sometimes the river is going to follow a certain course. Why? Because that's the course that's set for it. You know, so the king's heart is going to follow that course that the Most High wants it to follow. You can't do your own thing. I don't give a damn how great you think you are. Look at Nebuchadnezzar. Was he a great king? And what happened? The Most High turned him into a beast. He made him out there. He made him lose his mind. He made him grow shit out of his back. You know, he made his nails grow like you know. He totally messed Nebuchadnezzar up to when he brought Nebuchadnezzar back to his right mind. He praised the Most High, man.
Yeah.
And he cursed anybody out that didn't praise the Most High.
And he gave him dreams.
Yeah.
And that Daniel had to break down.
Yeah.
And in the dream, Daniel broke it down that his kingdom was going to last so long, and then another kingdom was going to take over. You know, the image.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. You know, it was him, and then the Medo-Persian Empire, and Daniel. It came to him in a dream because the Most High said, "Look, this is what's going to happen," and it happened.
Why? Because the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai stand. They stood the test of time. That's why they're trying to destroy this. But there's power in this book.
Yes,
and the people will believe it if it says it in the book.
Yep. They're gonna try to.
But it's only gonna be the elect that's gonna believe the truth. I'm sorry, guys.
No, I'm gonna say, but in the book of Eli, what they're gonna do is they're gonna try to get rid of all the Bibles, right? And they show you that in the book of Eli because they were both looking for it. Right?
He's the only one that had the book.
Yeah, but with us, the book is in us.
Yeah.
Right?
Because the book was in him.
Yeah, the book was in him.
And he was a Jake.
That's deep. That's deep.
That was like a Jacob. But even though, you know, we believe Gary Oldman might be a Jake, but that was like a Jacob and Esau thing.
Knowledge and wisdom,
you know?
should be stability at that time.
Yeah.
It's going to be inside of us.
Right.
Take away the scriptures on it.
And now check it out. Eli was blind. You know, because they kind of got that from the scripture. Because when Eli got old, I think he was losing his sight.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah. But Eli was blind. So the book, when he was reading the book, people didn't know, but it was written in Braille.
Yeah.
And the book had a seal on it. They couldn't open it. But when they so-called finally got it open, he went to go and read the book, but he couldn't because the book was sealed. You know, even though he opened it, he took the physical lock off of it, and he opened the book, it was still sealed because it was written in Braille.
Yeah.
So what does that represent? That represents that this book right here is a mystery to the world.
Even though they got it.
Right.
They read it.
Still a mystery.
But it's still a mystery.
Why? Because they don't have that one key ingredient, the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that will open up your mind to all different types of wisdom and mysteries of the scriptures.
Yeah, you know what I noticed with this dude, James White?
Yes, all right, I got it. I got it.
You know what I noticed with him? Now,
I said, maybe I ain't gonna talk about that.
I don't know if you saw the,
Yeah, but hey, this is spirit, you know.
the video with, okay, he had a video, he was playing back, Sakari, you know, Sakari did a video on him, so he's playing it back, and he was commentating over it, and basically he was stopping and saying, look, okay, well, I never said this, and he's wrong on this, but I don't know if you ever noticed, whenever, whoever he's talking to Israelite, when they say Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, like he never repeats it, and he never has nothing to say about it.
Yeah.
Just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they call the Most High's name Yahweh.
But he never said no.
But they won't say it. That's wrong.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
Hey, because we were going over that, I believe at the camp. You know that these devils, they trying to destroy that name. If that name means nothing, if those names, you know, is the Most High's name Yahweh and His Son's name Yahweh Shai don't mean anything, then why are they so adamant and trying to destroy that name? Why not just let it? I mean, if it's a joke, let it be out there.
Yeah.
You know, don't you have Yahushua and Yehoshua and Yeshua and you know and all those different names out there, Yahweh and all? Don't they have that floating out there? And they just let it float out naturally. Then if it's a joke, let it float. You know,
let it float.
I mean, I ain't trying to rhyme and shit, but if it's a joke, let it float.
Let it
but
float.
You know what? They know that there's power in that name. That's why they're trying to stop it. It's a spirit. It's a spirit.
Hey, bro, I got something for y'all. Since you said that, this segue in, we can hit right back. This is Isaiah 29 and 11.
But we got to get back. We got to get back to Revelation, and you know, and all
We'll be right back. This is go with y'all said. And the vision of all is becoming to you as the words of a book that is sealed.
Yeah, the book of Eli, which really the book of Eli is the Bible. And that was another point I wanted to make. Like you was mentioning, it was already in him. He would read it, you know, with you know, in braille with his hands and all that, but it was already in him to the point where they took the book from him. They took the book from him, right? And you know, he wasn't, you know, he didn't have the book physically with him, and he went to that one place that was a stronghold, and he was dressed all in white, and he laid down, and they asked him, do you have the book? He said, yeah, I have it. He laid down, and he started quoting the book off the top of his dome.
Yeah.
You know, he started quoting the book off the top of his dome. You know, and he said, in the beginning, you know, the heavens, and the, you know, so he like just started just off the top of the dome, just quoting all the scriptures, and that's how they were able to write it down. And once they wrote it all down and put everything down together, they put it right next to the Quran. You know, trying to make it seem like the Quran is important. And the Quran, well, you know what? I'll say this: the Quran is not important, but the Quran is a cheap commentary of the Bible, and that's more than likely the reason why they put the Bible next to the Quran, because the Quran is nothing but a cheap commentary of the Bible. You know, that's probably why they put it there. You know, because I was gonna say because the Quran ain't nothing, but when they put it there, I guess that's the reason why they put it there, because the Quran quotes what the Bible says, but then they put their own bullshit in there. You know. Go ahead, brother. You got it.
I'm trying. I think he was.
I think he said Isaiah 20,
28, 29.
28, and was it 29?
Yeah, I'm not sure. 28.
Let me see. So hold on.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
If not, you know, we could just go back. We could go back.
Yeah, I got Jeremiah. Well, I got Ezekiel 39. I was reading, but
because I believe he was in either Isaiah 29 or 28.
Yeah.
Right here, Isaiah 29:11. Read it again.
Okay. Isaiah 29 and 11. It says, sorry. Isaiah 29:11. It says, and the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I cannot, for it is sealed. Right.
So that's like that. That's why that movie, The Book of Eli, is important, because they're showing you, you know, when society is broken down, they're trying to rebuild society back up by what? By the scriptures. You know, and everything that's happening right now is leading to that collapse and that breakdown and that disorder and chaos and the breakup of this whole society.
Yep.
Yeah.
It says, I cannot.
Why? Because this book is sealed. And they can, even though they can actually read it and memorize it, and they'll quote, or there's no such, they'll quote it, but they don't necessarily mean they understand it. And the key to this book is wisdom is a principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all that getting, get understanding. That's the key. Okay?
Yep. It says, and the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I am not learned.
Right. That's talking about these pastors in the church, in the churches that don't have the understanding. They didn't go to these seminary schools. You could go you got these James Whites and the different other so-called scholars. You know, they learned of the Bible or the way that it should be taught, but they don't know the Bible or the mysteries of this Bible because it's sealed and it's only given to the men of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You know, so even if you're learned or you're unlearned, you still don't know the mysteries of the book because you have to be a prophet to know the mysteries of this book. Okay? Is that it on that?
Yeah, that's
all right. So now let's go. Who was reading was that? We were reading Revelation 9.
I was reading Ezekiel 39.
Let's go back to Ezekiel 39.
Yeah.
Because I know we were reading in Revelation 9 and Revelation 16, but let's go back to Ezekiel 39.
This is Ezekiel 39, and I'll start at 1 again. It says, therefore, thou son of man, prophesy against God, which God represents Russia, and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushai.
Yep.
Behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, which is representing those allied countries. Verse 2, and I will turn thee back and leave but the sixth part of thee.
Right, and that right there, you know, you got people that break that down wrong. When it says, and I will turn thee back and leave but the sixth part of thee, because what the Most High is doing is breaking up the whole Soviet Union or the Russian army into 6 parts. So I will turn thee back and what?
It says, but leave the sixth part of thee.
So you got this army is broken up to 6 parts, and 5/6 of that army, which is a vast majority of the army, is going to be gone. There's only going to be a 1/6 of their army left in Russia to protect the so-called homeland. That's what that's talking about. The rest of the majority of the Russian armies or those former Soviet Union armies are going to be brought out of there to go down into what's called the Valley of Jehoshaphat or Armageddon. Okay?
It says, and will cause thee to come up from the north parts.
Right, and will cause thee to come up from the north parts because Russia, so-called Russia, you know, or Meshach, I'm sorry, not Meshach and Tubal, God, or the land of Magog is up around the land mass of Georgia and into Russia and those areas. Go ahead.
And will bring thee upon the mountains of Israel.
And will bring thee upon the mountains of Israel because the so-called Russians are going to be one of the main. They're going to be the main superpower that's going to destroy the land of Israel. It's going to destroy the land of America. Why? Because America and Israel, them fake Jews, are going to cause problems with certain allies of the so-called Russian Federation, so to speak, you know, or the Russian interests, you know, and they're going to cause that friction, and they're going to cause them wars to break out between those two major superpowers. And then Russia got China backing them. You know, it got other countries backing them too.
Yeah, the Lord said, those that ate thy bread, he's going to cause them to lay a wound.
That's right. That's right. That's talking about America. Those countries that America was allied with is going to come a point where they're going to back off and they're going to shoot missiles over here too. Okay.
Verse 3, and I will smite thy bow out of thy left hand.
Right. So once the missiles are shot, the Lord is going to take control of those missiles, and those missiles are going to be heading to the direct spot where the Most High wants those missiles to hit. It ain't going to be no. Okay, well they have the missile shot out, and it's going to hit this place here in America or in Iowa, and let's say the Most High don't want that, he wants it to hit somewhere else, it's going to hit wherever the Lord guides that missile to. It's going to be an actual guided missile by the Spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Yep. And I will smite thy bow out of thy left hand, and will cause thine arrows to fall out of thy right hand.
Right. So you even though they may have certain targets, the Lord is going to be the one directing, because his Spirit is going to be in the missiles. Because what? That's the indignation of the Lord. That's what we read earlier in Zephaniah, the 3rd chapter. Wait ye upon me until I rise up to the prey, for my determination is to gather the nations, that I may pour upon them all my fierce anger. You know, because this is the vengeance of the Lord. This is the vengeance of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. The things that are happening right now on the earth, these prophecies that are taking place, this is his vengeance. This is what he wants. This is his payback. He's setting things up.
I got something real quick for
Bring
you.
it out.
This is Psalms chapter 7. This is verse 12 and 13. It says, if he turn not, he will whet his sword.
Right. Means sharpened.
He hath bent his bow and made it ready. He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordaineth his arrows against the persecutors.
He ordaineth his arrows against the persecutors. Those missiles, matter of fact, real quick, get
Isaiah.
Isaiah. I say you right. Isaiah 54 and 16. When those missiles were created, they were created for the purpose and intent of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua's final destination or final judgment. That's what they were set up for his final judgment. Go ahead.
Isaiah 54 and 16, it says, behold, I have created a smith that bloweth the coals in a fire.
Ancient day smiths were those that would make instruments. You know, they would fix the horse's hoofs. They would, because the horse represented like the tanks and all that back in the ancient world, because the horse was known for his power. Then you had the tanks, you had the missiles, you had the nuclear missiles. They had different technology that evolved over the years that was all set up by these scientists. That evolved from a black powder, which is a gunpowder, and these different pistols and guns and rifles, and spears and all that, to actual missiles and tanks and all of that.
Yep.
You got some?
Yeah, no, I was going to say, because it says, behold, I have created a smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. So you're talking about how as the time goes by, the technology changed, from gunpowder to bombs and all, TNT.
Knowledge shall increase.
Knowledge shall increase. And the Most High said, a fire not blown shall consume him.
That's right.
Because the ancient way was
right.
The making the instruments, as it says here, he'd have the smith that bloweth the coals, is he had to light a fire and you had to blow it, and you stick the metal in there and you form the instrument.
Yep.
So this destruction is going to be with a fire that's not going to have to be lit.
Right.
That's
right.
Modern technology. It says, behold, I have created a smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and I bringeth forth an instrument for his work.
Those are those missiles. Go ahead.
And I have created the waster to destroy.
The waster to destroy. That's right. That's it on that. The waster to destroy those missiles. Now go back to that was in Ezekiel, right? All right. Where were we at in Revelation?
7 and 1. You read 7 and 1.
Read 7 and 1. Then hold that in the ninth chapter. I'm gonna hit that, and then we gotta hit.
What I had 50.
I had Jeremiah 50. You had
Yeah, I
Joel,
know.
I think.
You had Joel 3 and 9. You had Revelation 7 and 1. You had Revelation 9, right? About the river Euphrates.
Oh yeah.
Bring that up back out, and then you had Revelation 16. About Armageddon, yeah. Because we're coming to that time. We're in a time of prophecy. In prophecy, there's all different types of prophecies. Prophecy, of wars, of rumors of wars, prophecy of the elect being sealed, woken up, prophecy of 2/3 getting destroyed, the prophecy of martial law, and all different types of chaos going on in the world, Jacob's trouble, race wars, and all different. There's all different types of prophecy. This particular prophecy that's being brought out right now through the Spirit is dealing with these armies coming together, and the final analysis of all that and the judgment of all that is those thermonuclear missiles that are going to be shot. You know, and then simultaneously with that, the chariots are going to come with their lasers, which is that concentrated fire. So it's going to be, man, that's why the scripture says it's going to be a time that has never been since there was a nation on the planet, nor ever shall be. You know, so you got it, brother. Who
I got it. Revelation 9.
Yeah.
Revelation.
Matter of fact, before you read that, read Revelation 7 and 1 real quick.
Yeah,
because we were speaking about earlier how the Lord, you know, has those angels holding back the destruction. You know, and the destruction was supposed to come and destroy this place, but the Lord had to hold it back. So read Revelation 7 and 1.
Revelation chapter 7, verse 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth.
The angel, you know the angel?
It says,
that falcon angel? That's an inside joke.
Holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree.
Right, because the reason why those angels are there are to manipulate what's going on the planet to bring the destruction. Go ahead.
It says, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea.
Because they were supposed to hurt the earth and the sea. Go ahead.
Saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads.
Right, because there's a certain set time. So they couldn't bring the destruction because they had to hold it back until the elect was sealed. Once the elect is sealed, then all bets are off. You know?
Yeah.
So now go to Revelation 9.
14.
Is it 14?
All
right.
9 and 14. It says, saying to the 6th angel, which had the trumpet, loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates.
So when it's time, the Lord is going to loose those 4 angels that are bound, that are holding back the destruction. That's the only reason, because the Most High got those angels there to hold back the destruction. You know, there might be a so-called leader that wants to shoot the missile off, and the angel work on his brain and say, nope, it ain't time yet. Another one might, you know, get a little cocky and say, man, I'm tired of these devils. Nah, you got to hold back. But then there's going to be a time where they're going to withdraw back. You know, just like Yahushua and Michael worked on that Persian king's mind. You know, to make him walk the walk that they wanted him to walk. Okay.
It says, and the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, in a day, in a month, in a year.
Right. So because there's a certain time that's set up on the earth from the beginning of before the earth was even created, that this place was going to be destroyed, and the prophecies of those 4 beasts were going to be fulfilled. There you go.
Yeah, it's basically it was a timer. There's a timer and it started counting down.
Yeah, clock. Yeah, time clock.
Yep.
Yeah, it's true. It says, and the 4 angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour, in a day, in a month, in a year, for to slay the 3rd part of men. The 3rd part of men is dealing with Esau. You got the sons of the wicked, right? You got the sons of men, which are the other nations. Then you have the sons of the Most High, which that's all going back in the book of Genesis. I'm gonna say generations. The book of generations. Yeah. The book of Genesis was the 6th chapter, around there.
3 classes of men.
The 5th chapter, 3 classes of men. So the slay the 3rd part of men, that's talking about Esau. So that goes back to Job, what's it, the 20th chapter?
Job 18 and 5?
Or is it Job 18 and 5? Yeah, pointed. Okay, Salaki. Matter of fact, get that real quick. Yeah, Job 20 and 3 is the triumphing of the wicked is short. But actually Job 18 links right up with this. If you got that, bring that out real quick. Now I'll read this again. It says, and the 4 angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour, in a day, in a month, in a year, for to slay the 3rd part of men.
Who's the 3rd part of men?
Right, which we just, like we said, the 3rd part of men deals with Esau. Again,
break it
remember,
down.
bro,
Break it down. Why did the third party
Right.
men?
right? Which like recapping it again. We're gonna go back into it again. As apostles, we're still gonna hit it back again.
Yeah, bring it.
Right? You got the three classifications of men. You got the sons of the power, right? The sons of men, and then you got the sons of the wicked.
Yep.
All right. So Esau is the sons of the wicked, the third part of men. And again, I believe it's in Genesis, the 5th chapter and the 6th chapter, where it speaks about the sons of men, and it speaks about the sons of the Most High.
Well, the sons of the Most High, that's the line of Adam through Seth.
Is that the 6th chapter? I forget
That's the 5th chapter.
was the 5th
And
chapter.
then the 6th chapter said that the sons of the Most High saw the daughters of men that they were fair.
Yeah, the what?
And then
Wow.
when you go back to the 4th chapter, those are the sons of the wicked, which are Cain's sons.
Yep.
You know?
So there you have it. That's the three parts of men when the Most High broke it. And basically, when you look at it, that's why the scriptures always speak about what? Jacob and Esau. Then when it speaks about the other nations, as Isaiah 40 and 15, the other nations as a drop in a bucket.
Yeah.
Because it's basically about Jacob and Esau, the sons of the righteous and the sons of the wicked.
The meats and the taters.
The meats and the potatoes. All right? That's what it's all about, man. The nations is the little side, maybe the string beans or something.
The
Maybe.
gravy.
You know?
Read Romans 9. Behold, I have loved Jacob, but hated Esau. The two main characters.
The two main characters. The apostle quoted in Ezra earlier. Esau is the end of this world, and Jacob is the beginning of the world that followed. Okay,
Yes.
so that's what it boils down to. You know. So like, you got that?
Job, yeah, it's Job 14:5. It says, seeing his days are determined.
Right. Seeing his days are determined, and we're reading it right in Revelation. That's why the Lord said for an hour. Right. Let me read it again. It says, in an hour, a day, in a month of a year, seeing his days is determined. Who's it talking about? The wicked, the sons of the wicked. Go ahead. Which are the third part of men right there in that scripture. Go ahead.
Yeah. The number of months, the number of his months are with thee.
With who? With the Most High.
Yeah.
So he got the cutoff date.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Hey, you ain't passing that date, man. Fuck you, Esau, man.
That's right.
You're not passing that date, man. The Most High gave you that. And we in that time now. It ain't gonna be thousands of years later. Man, nigga, you going down, devil.
Devil, you going
You
down.
going down,
Hey,
devil.
I'm gonna say it like the song. Devil, it's time to die, so say goodbye.
Yeah, hey, you might as well say goodbye. Get your ass goodbye. You can set up all these false flags, all right? 'Cause, you know, which that's the spirit. That's the Lord that's moving. They got things all amped up and riled up. The Most High is working through you damn devils, man.
Yeah,
Right.
The scripture say where the Most High doth work, right?
Yep.
On the left.
Yeah.
So the Most High is working through you devils, man.
You don't even, man, you people out there don't know the
On the
Most
left
High,
hand side, man.
You don't know how the Most High operates. You don't know how the Most High works.
Yep.
Like when I say the Most High, I'm talking about Yahweh,
That's right.
the supreme
The supreme
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Right.
No higher by a shot. None of that.
Come on.
Plowman should overtake
I got another one. Job 21:21.
Mm.
For what pleasure hath he in his house after him when the number of his months is cut off in the midst? You know, so that's you're done. You gotta set amount of time that you have to work and do your dirt on the earth.
And dig this. And you elites shouldn't really be afraid because Yahushua said, say that time be shortened.
Yeah.
Here it is, the Most High gave you that time, but
That's why I said in the
he's gonna
midst.
cut you short.
I said in the
In
midst.
the midst, right? That's right. That's right.
In the midst. It's like Babylon.
He's
Most
gonna
High
cut you
did-
short. Like you was supposed to, like Babylon.
Yeah.
Most High was probably gonna let you go. He said, nah,
You cut it to
that.
60, 70 years.
you getting cut short, homeboy.
I mean, look
You getting cut
at
short.
the madness that you've done since the industrial age, since the industrial era, which was in the mid to late 1800s until now. The Lord gave you that technology, knowledge shall increase, and look what you've done to the earth in that small amount of time.
Yeah.
Never in the history of man did any other nation destroy this planet like you destroyed it, man.
And so quickly in that short amount
And
of time.
not just destroyed it physically, but morally, you know, or structurally, you know, to where, I mean, you've got men that want to be women that want to be men. You got women out there that look better than women that are actually men that converted to be women.
Yep.
And vice versa. You got pedophiles out there. You got laws protecting pedophiles. You got laws protecting homosexuals. You got laws protecting lesbians. I'm about to say transhumans, but that's what they are, transsexuals, man. You got all kind of abominations out there, man. And not just that. Look at the condition of the earth today, man. That's why, as we're reading right now, we're reading your judgment, which is going to be done through this thermonuclear destruction. Let's get back to Revelation 16.
Okay.
We finished in Revelation 9, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to Revelation 16 and 12, 13, around there.
Yep. Revelation 16, and I start at 12 again. It says, and the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up.
Yep. Why? Because the river Euphrates is that's symbolic. The river was dried up. Why? Because it was time for the prophecy to be fulfilled. So now there's nothing else. Okay, no more prophecy. Now let's get down to the nitty gritty. Now getting down to the nitty gritty. Okay.
It says that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared.
Why? Because in the east is where we're gonna have what's known as the Valley of Jehoshaphat or Armageddon, which we're gonna read later on in the chapter, and we're gonna break down what the word Armageddon means. Okay.
And I saw 3 unclean spirits.
So those 3 unclean spirits that the Apostle John saw, he actually saw 3 unclean spirits. He saw that in the vision, but they all represented something, okay?
Like frogs.
Like frog, because frogs are unclean, okay?
Come out of the mouth of the dragon.
They came out of the mouth of the dragon. So when he saw the dragon, he saw those unclean beasts coming out. Out of the mouth of the dragon was what? The Roman Empire. Because the Roman Empire was in rulership back then. That was the power that was in rulership during the time of Yahushua.
Yep.
Okay?
And out of the mouth of the beast.
And out of the mouth of the beast, which is NATO, these were future prophecies. NATO is that beast. Okay?
And out of the mouth of the false prophet.
And that false prophet is the Roman Catholic Church, because that is the main so-called religious institution that propagates and pushes all the madness that you see going on out there in these different churches out here.
Yep.
And that's why they try to set up those different curriculums to try to control and manipulate the truth. But the truth has no structure. The truth is like the wind. When the wind comes, even though now Israel has the technology to measure the wind, when the wind is coming, you don't know where it's coming from.
No.
Because it could be coming from over here and just whipping around here and pow, like the old deer. It's coming around here and it could be coming from back there and then come around and just smack you in the face.
Yeah,
and you thinking it's coming from over there.
Yep.
So you can't actually see where that one is coming from.
Hey, well,
that's how the spirit is.
Even Esau with all his Doppler systems and this and that, they still trying. They got high tech.
Yeah, high tech.
Millions of dollars of equipment. They still
$1 million equipment.
Where the wind is coming.
That's right. And then when then the Most High be making them look stupid because there's gonna be the storm, it's gonna come, it's gonna be devastating, this and that and the other, and it comes, it don't be nothing.
Yep.
And then they say, well, yeah, it's gonna be like a small, it ain't gonna be too much, and it'll be a devastating storm.
Yep.
It's gonna be hot and humid today, and it'll be cold out there. Snow coming down. Because the Most High controls the atmosphere, the Most High controls the wind, the Most High controls everything that goes on out here.
Yeah.
The same way he controls and manipulates the minds of men to do what he wants them to do. Because he's bringing forth all these different armies together to bring what some of you out there hate to deal with, called prophecy. Okay?
Right? It says, for they are the spirits of devils.
They are the spirits of devils. They're the goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of. They're the spirit of devils, man.
Working miracles.
They're working miracles. And people are amazed at this. And people are taken by it. That's why when they introduce a microchip, the majority of people are going to take that microchip. Why? Because they're enthralled, they're amazed, they're in awe of this devil.
Yeah, look at their military.
Yep.
Look, when the Apostle just did and Apostle Gabar did the video on the Osprey. Yep. They got helicopter planes, military helicopter planes, transformer type vehicles, man.
Right.
Which people, you see that, what the,
Yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, I believe they created that because if you got a big airplane like that, it takes time for the airplane to go down the runway to take off.
Yeah.
So they needed something in the military to take off right away.
Vertical lift off.
Right. That's why they created
like
that.
Chariots.
You know, if I'm not mistaken on the story,
Yeah.
I kind of remember from years ago that they had said that the reason why it was because they wanted something to take off right
So
away.
you can land anywhere you want.
Right. Yep.
You don't have to land. You don't have to take off.
That's right. Just like a helicopter.
Correct.
But it has more new weapon technology that they can use in it, and you could fit more men in there, you know, and women today, of course, you know, to be able to get them out of harm's way quicker. You know.
That's right.
You got more?
Or land true.
Okay. It says, for they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world to gather them to the battle of that great day of the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
And that's what they're using. They're using the ancient Roman Empire, which today is America and all the allies. The beast, which is NATO. With the dragon was, you know, the Roman Empire. Today, America with her allies. The beast being NATO and the Roman Catholic Church. Those are the three ways that they're gathering all of this, and that's all being gathered to what? To the three city-states, which is the financial capitals of the world, the military capitals of the world, and the religious capitals of the world. You know, and that's what they're doing right now. You know, these devils, they got it all. They think they got it all figured out. They think that nobody knows what's going on, but the Most High knows, though. Okay.
It says, "Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth."
Right. That's what our job is, to watch for these things to come. And when we're watching, we're telling, you know, we're going out and prophesying, telling what's going on. That's why they're trying to destroy this book. We're going to keep saying they're trying to destroy this book because there's power in this book.
We're discredited.
You know? And if they can discredit it by, okay, going to this book and that book and 100,000 books you got to go to, and they never touch the Bible because they want to debate all those other books to take away your focus from the real book, which is the Bible.
And it's a real book because that's where your salvation lies inside that, in this book. None of that other nonsense.
Yeah. The other nonsense is just that, nonsense. You know, this is just things that, because I wanted to go to the scripture in Colossians 2, where it says, "Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the traditions of men and not after the Most High." You know, because all those things that you see are all traditions of men. That's why they want to have a controlled environment where you can have these debates. The Most High, you ain't gonna hold. You can't contain the Most High. You know,
that's why.
If the earth is the Most High's footstool, how the fuck you gonna contain the Most High? This is his footstool, where he rests his foot at. And don't ask what size shoe he wears. You know, some of you guys, man. You know, what verse was that?
Where is it? Revelation?
Yeah, Revelation 16:15. Read verse 15 again. You got it?
Yeah, well,
you know, you need another Bible one, brother.
Yeah, I got a good one. Revelation 15.
16 and 15.
16 and 15. Revelation 16 and 15. It says, "Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame."
Right, because this knowledge is the garments, you know. And if you don't have these garments on, you know, they're gonna see your shame. Go ahead.
Yep. It says, "And he gathered them together into a place in a Hebrew tongue called Armageddon."
Right, and now the word Armageddon means what?
That's Harmageddon.
Which means what?
Most High. No, that means shit. Harmageddon.
God.
Mountain of troops.
That's it.
Hey,
yeah, that's all right, brother. You know, sometimes words escape you, but you get it. You get it. You know, bring it out.
Yahweh Shabbat. That's the Most High judgment.
Well, that's what we're gonna go to next. Joel 3 and 9. Yeah. So Harmageddon, Har is mount or mountain. God is where you get the word Gad or troop, and the one at the end makes it plural. Harmageddon, the mount or the mountain of troops. That's the gathering of all these different armies together. That's why the scriptures call the Most High what? The Lord of Sabaoth.
Yeah, not Sabbath.
Not Sabbath. I'm gonna read this real quick before you read that.
And that's why, like the apostles always say, words are important, man.
Yep.
When you understand what that word means, you got people in the word So, oh, Armageddon. Oh, they don't know. They think that he's gonna be like Ghostbusters or some shit.
Yeah.
You know, nah, man. It's the gathering of the troops, the mountain of troops, man.
Okay, hold on to that. This is I'll just start at the first verse. Isaiah 13:1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see, lift you up a banner, which is his Bible, upon the high mountain. The high mountain is America. Is the highest government of the world, where everybody comes to. Exalt the voice unto them, that's we out there cursing them out. Shake the hand, meaning you cursing them out, that they may go into the gates of the nobles to address this issue. What are you guys going to do about the Israelites? That's where you got James White, Vocab Malone, and all these other clowns that have come out throughout the years trying to deal with the Israelites. They send them out there, they pay them to send them out there, and some of them come out there, whatever. They may not be paid off, but they're trying to destroy the men of the Lord. You can't do that.
Nah.
Because this is the work of the Lord. You know? It says that they may go into the gates of the noble. I have commanded my sanctified ones, which are the prophets. And I'm going to say this, man. The prophets, beginning with the apostles, elders, and men of great millstone. You know, because a lot of them other camps out there, they're not prophets, man. They're bullshit artists.
Yeah. That's why they doing rap videos. I mean, I don't even want to go. Y'all know what they're doing, man.
You get the idea.
They ain't doing live shows all throughout the week and at night and in the day. And the scripture said cry ye in the night, right?
God.
You know, they ain't at camps. A lot of them dudes only go to camps once when they feel like it, once a year. You know, they ain't diligent, man. They doing other stuff. They diligent to have cookouts and Hebrew summits and you know, all that other madness, but then portray like they in the truth. I mean, the Most High said he gonna pluck out every tree. I mean, every plant part of me. Yeah, and my father, which is a tree, she'll be uprooted, man. Yep. Most High's gonna pluck you up, man. Yep. So we ain't worried about them dudes, man. But you see they work. You know they ain't real, man. They doing all these rap videos and all, you know, banging out.
That's why the main threat out there is GMS, Great Millstone.
Exactly.
They both is out of the horse's mouth. Vocab Malone, that Great Millstone on the scale of 1 to 10, as far as a threat, I guess, for lack of better words, is Great Millstone is number 10.
Well, that's what he said out of his mouth.
A Bubble-Eyed Blackfish, they're number 4, number 5. Then he said no, number 4. Then he said ISUBK is number 9 and Nate is number 7.
Oh, so he said like a ranking.
Yeah, right. He you know, because they always trying to put things in a category.
Yeah.
You know? You know? A Great Millstone to the power power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is 100, you know, not 10.
That's right, because they through the spirit of the Lord, man, we off the chain, man. The Lord got that spirit on us. You know, cause hey, brother, we gonna strive for the truth unto death, man. We ain't gonna sell out. We hadn't sell out. You know, we ain't sell out yet. So why sell out now?
That's right.
Well, we're the only group that fits. So was that Jeremiah 28 and 8.
Yeah.
What other group can you say?
Yeah, ain't too many people really. You're supposed to focus on the destruction, man.
That's right.
That's the main fucking thing, man.
That's what we talking about tonight.
What the hell?
That's what
we're talking about. All this other stuff, getting businesses and
the spirit is talking about.
And put, you know, if you're a prophet, as men of the Lord, you're supposed to be speaking about the prophecies, right?
Yeah.
What's the main prophecy?
Destruction.
Which entails what? The RFID chip, which is one of the main catalysts.
Which is going to lead up to it.
Which is going to lead up to it. The race wars, right? The famines, the riots, the martial law, right? You can't get enough of talking about that, man.
That's right.
You know, and anybody got a problem with that, then you ain't a prophet. You ain't right, man.
Just ease on down the road.
That's it, man.
It says, I have commended my sanctified ones, which are the prophets. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, which is the angels, even them that rejoice in my highness, which is just the proof. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the hosts of the battle. So the Most High is the one that's gathering these armies. And really what this is talking about, this is really talking about the missiles. Because there's an army of missiles that the Lord is going to use, which the scriptures speak about 200 million missiles, you know? All right, so now let's go back to we were done in Revelation.
Yeah, we were about Armageddon, yep.
So now go to
I got Jeremiah 50.
Yeah, go to. I gotta give you the go to Joel 3.
3 and 9.
Yeah, 3 and 9.
Yep.
Let me see if I can find the verse.
Verse 9.
Yeah, you know what? Read that, man. Because we just mentioned that the gathering and that host or that mustering of those armies was talking about the missiles. Yeah, that's good. That's a good precept. Bring it up.
Okay.
Oh, slack.
Yeah, let him read that real quick.
This is Jeremiah.
A
lot of ammo. Jeremiah 50. This is Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 9. It says, "For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations."
And what is that assembly of great nations? That's talking about Russia. That's where the Lord said He's gonna put hooks into their mouths and into their jaws and turn them back.
Yeah.
Why? Because at one time, the former Soviet Union was a bunch of different nations that were all together as one, and that's what Russia really was. But that over the years, everything broke down. So you have certain countries out there that are not a part of Russia anymore, but they are all part of that former Soviet Union. So that's why the Lord said those different northern nations. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It says, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country.
That's where Russia's at.
Yep.
Okay?
And they shall set themselves in array.
They shall set themselves in array, meaning they're going to come together in battle formation. Okay?
In array against her.
Okay?
From thence she shall be taken.
From thence she shall be taken. It's going to be like a woman in the field that's taken. She can't do nothing about it. That's what's going to happen.
Yep.
When the Lord put that spirit on them Russians to have the mastery over America. Okay?
It says, their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man.
Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. And it's not talking about just a regular arrow, bow and arrow.
Yeah.
It's talking about missiles.
And the Most High set that up because He gave Russia the most highly advanced missile.
Why? You know why? I'm gonna let you come in. You know why? Because they took the money that should be for their agriculture and other things in their nation, and they use it for their military.
You got it. Yep.
No, you got it.
It's the spirit, man.
Yep. It says, they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain.
None shall return in vain, meaning that all those missiles that are shot,
every last one's gonna hit.
They're gonna hit the mark, man. And they ain't gonna be no duds. What they call that when the dud, right?
Dud, yeah.
Dud. Ain't gonna be no duds, man.
And with their teeth, they do bite.
That's right. They're gonna get all up in your ass, America. Go ahead, brother.
And that's the main point.
That's it. Okay. Yeah. Now let's go to Joel 3 and 9. I mean, we can end it off on that unless your brother's got something else.
Come. Hey, this is Joel 3, chapter 3, verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. And that's talking about the actual Gentiles, all right?
Right. You hear that, James White?
Right? You finally got a Gentile scripture for you, man.
You got that vocab?
That ain't good news either.
That's dealing with the actual natural Gentiles. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles.
The actual, natural, factual Gentiles.
Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come. And that's happening. You got China over there. What they doing over there in China and North Korea every day?
Training.
They're doing training. They're doing drills. They actually showing off their military might. Yeah. They got parades where they show off the type of missiles and weaponry that they got.
They actually have, like, if you research or go, they got all different type of articles. They, down the South Pacific Sea and the Baltic Sea and different other places in the Mediterranean. They have Russian and Chinese and all these different ships just doing drills.
So all they doing. A Russian plane was shot out the other day. I don't know if it was a drill or not, but just to show you that it's all kind of war games that's going on. That's not being. This was yesterday. In the midst of this, it's a smoke screen. All this Black Lives Matter and cops shooting. This is all a smoke screen, man.
People here.
They about to really come with the whammy on you.
Yeah.
But like the apostle said earlier too, with Russia, all the money that they were getting instead of putting it towards the agriculture and all that, they put it into the scientists and technology and making more weaponry because they know, hey, it's survive. It's only the strong survive.
Yep.
You know, they knew that that's what propelled, which it was the Mossad that allowed them, that propelled America to be the great power, was by the motherfucking bombs, man. The atomic bombs that they had at the time. That made everybody bow down.
You always, but the Mossad said, even going way back towards when they landed, so-called 1969.
Yeah.
Was it Sputnik? That was a Russian.
The
first one. There was always Mossad. There was always ahead.
It was ahead.
Technology.
That's why they had to make that fake moon landing in America to make it seem like they were the first ones to get to
land on the moon.
And then it said, "Wake up the mighty men." Now, them armies compared to American armies, they way more hardcore.
Oh,
them soldiers over here, man, America, they got a high suicide rate, right? They offer themselves.
And the proof of that, you know what, bro, to back you up, you know what they got? They got to make all these drones and robot, you know, and different type of missiles to, instead of them, they're not, you know, back in the days, war was fought hand-to-hand combat or whatever. They're not doing that no more. They sitting in a studio somewhere pushing buttons, like playing Black Ops, Call of Duty, you know, and sending droids, you know, and drones, drones, the whole, you know, over there to drop bombs and stuff. So whereas if they get, you know, somebody shoot them down or whatever, it's just a robot, excuse me. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I just wanted to say this real quick. The GMS channel, GMS Born Again, they got a live broadcast about to come on. I guess they're waiting for us to finish. They didn't say that, but it says this live event will begin in a few moments. So I guess Lord's will, maybe once we get up, they probably gonna jump on.
It's a spirit, man.
So y'all brothers, you know, be ready for that GMS Born Again, which that's the officer Zakar, and I'm not sure if Apostle Rakar is there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Officer
GMS Born Again. I put in the chat room for these brethren.
So okay, so I'm gonna go back to the scripture. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords.
Yeah,
that's it right there.
And that's what Russia did. You know, they took the money that should be for their agriculture, and they pretty much used it for their military. You know, and pretty much you have peasants, you know, that pretty much have laid down, you know, what they're good at, you know, is farming and all that, and took up arms, you know, against these devils. Good.
Okay.
You got it.
All right.
Yep. It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.
All right. Yeah. Well, I just wanted to say this real quick. I guess the brothers already did the live show on GMS Born Again. It said that, you know, when I clicked on it, it said that they were about to start, but I guess they already did the live show, the live stream.
Yeah, I think was going on when we started ours.
Okay. No big shakes.
Nope. It's all good.
Yeah.
Can we read that again?
Right. It says, Slaki. It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears.
Yeah, plowshare and a pruning hook, those are instruments of what do you call it? Agriculture. Yeah. So like the apostle said, they took all their money, their finances of bread that they've been getting, and they've been putting it into their technology and into their army. You know?
Yeah.
Because the Most High has been putting in their mind to get prepared for that war.
Yeah, and then, you know, those Russians, man, they're bred from a boy to be warriors. You know, so even if they're farmers, they know how to go to war. So, you know, even a farmer will put down that sickle and, you know, and the instruments of farming and agriculture to take up arms against you, and they'll kick your ass. You know, they ain't no punk bitch.
No.
Shit, look at boxing.
Not at all. It says, let the weak say I am strong. You know, in third world countries.
That Russia's back in a Meshach Tubal, going back to Ezekiel 39.
And that's the reason why those smaller countries are saying that, you know, thou become as weak as we. Why? Because you got some of them have actual missile capability, but a lot of them are being backed up by superpowers that have that capability.
Yeah, because like Syria, they get their arsenal from the arsenal from Russia.
Yep.
Which is, man, that's superior technology. Iran,
Iran, yep.
You know who's a motherfucker? The devil is a motherfucker.
The devil is a motherfucker, man.
Devil's alive.
Nice to fuck around too, man.
All right.
Phones be fucking freezing, man. Good.
Yeah.
Verse 11.
Satan be gone.
It says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord.
So we're going back to what the Lord said in Isaiah the 13th chapter. The mighty ones are who? The angels.
Angels.
Go ahead.
It says, thither cause thy mighty ones to come down. Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley.
Let the heathen. Why? Because it seemed like everybody just went back to damn sleep. But the Most High is rousing up these different nations. They get them pumped up, to get them going, stirring stuff up. And these lessons that are going on, these are the words of the Lord stirring stuff up too, man.
Yep.
And then when these words go out, the Lord causes his words to take root in the earth. And that's why things are happening, and that's why things are getting cracking, man. Because the Lord is about to make his appearance known. He's about to magnify his name, Yahweh, and his son's name, Yahweh Shai, and his men on the earth, which are the apostles, the prophets, the elders, and the rest of the men of great millstone, man, and anyone else that's part of the elect. Okay?
I got a quick precept.
Bring it out, huh?
This is Psalms 103.
Elder.
Psalms 103. This is brother. It's a person. Psalms 103, verse 15. It says, as for man, his days are as grass, as a flower of the field, so he flourisheth. For the wind passes over it, and that wind that's going to pass over America is that nuclear wind, that destroying wind, going back to Jeremiah. It said, for the wind passeth over it, and it is gone, and the place thereof shall know it no more. Because America is going to be destroyed.
That's right.
Says,
and there's no hope.
That's right.
Right? We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Take mollifying ointments for her. Try to see if you can heal this place. That's you ain't gonna be able to heal it. You can't patch this place up. It's beyond that. It's beyond patching up. It's like a cancer patient and on his deathbed in a hospice. That all they're waiting for is just. But the only difference is that hospice is not. It's not going to be in America. You're not going to have a peaceful death. America's death is going to be brutal, miserable, fiery by them nuclear missiles and the missiles and the laser beams from the chariots. It's not going to be to where you're going to just die peacefully like you do in a hospice home. You're done. You're finished. You done committed your wickedness. Everybody done laid down with you. Everybody done had sex with you. They done enjoyed the privileges of being on the top. Now it's time for you to go down, and it's time for the people of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai to be raised back up, which are the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, the real Israelites. Yeah, brother. You got something?
Let me bring this out, please. This is Job 21, and I'll start at 17. It says, how oft is a candle of the wicked put out?
How oft? The Most High. How many times was the Most High, have to blow your candle out?
That's their wisdom, man.
Yeah.
That wisdom that they got. That's why they call themselves Illuminati. Most High is going to take that wisdom, which is them demons that they.
Well, right now it's happening. They looking stupid out there, man. They looking sloppy, doing sloppy work. They tacky, like a brother Yashawamba said. They looking tacky.
You're through. Through THR and a whole bunch of U's with all kind of exclamation points at the end. And another name for you is Lucifer, which is a light bearer.
Yeah.
Your light is going out. Thy light has gone out, Esau. So just deal with it.
Hey, what was that? What's his name? Said to Mike Tyson. He said, "They call you Kid Dynamite."
But I'm gonna put out your fuse.
Hey, it's a ruler class.
Yeah, that's it, man. Hey, look, okay. I don't know if they went up there and told you, Rothschilds and Rockefellers, you're done. You're
You're
finished.
done. You ain't escaping your judgment.
You know, you can do what you got to do. You can kill as many people as you want to kill.
Set up all these false prophets.
You can set up the false prophets. You can try to destroy the Bible. You can try to do whatever you want to do. But at the end of the day, your judgment is etched in stone, and you're gonna make it. You're gonna make it. You're gonna be in them bomb shelters wherever they at, underground, in the sea or whatever. You're gonna make it. But right after the destruction, you're gonna be brought right out of there. You're gonna be in rags, you know, and you're going right into slavery.
Right.
And guess what your first job is gonna be? Your first job is gonna be that you're gonna be burying dead bodies. So you're gonna be digging holes in the ground to bury dead bodies. That's gonna be your first job.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Continuing
employment. There ain't gonna be no unemployment in the kingdom for you crackers
right.
and you other nations.
But the thing about this continuing employment, don't get it twisted. You listen to these clowns out there. Ain't gonna be no fucking HR you can go to. No human resources. You ain't gotta complain about. Yeah. Man, they put so much. They beating the shit out of it.
There ain't gonna be no ACLU.
You ain't gonna be able to apply. Ain't gonna be no unemployment office you don't gotta go to. Yeah. You ain't gonna be able to go to complain to nobody, motherfucker.
Yeah, right.
You're just gonna work hardcore slavery.
Submit a complaint to the Better Business Bureau.
Yeah, man, nigga, you going down, devil.
It's gonna be beautiful, man.
You are gonna be the new niggas, man.
You know, because you know, like the world don't know the atrocity that you've committed. But the Most High knows, though.
Yep.
Hurtful.
He sees everything that you've done on the planet, and he gonna get you. He gonna get you. Oh, he gonna get you.
Yep, I'm gonna finish this out.
Go ahead.
It says, this is Job 21:17. How oft is a candle of the wicked put out, and how oft cometh their destruction upon them?
Man,
right?
All you gotta do is go back. All you have to do is go back in the history and look at all the different kingdoms that were ever on the planet Earth, and see how many times these different nations got put down. They never lasted.
Oh, you quoted earlier, Job 20, the triumphant of the wicked is short.
Khan, I believe you quoted
the Spirit quoted.
Khan.
Elder. It says, how oft how oft is a candle of the wicked put out, and how oft cometh their destruction upon them? The Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, distributed sorrows in his anger.
He distributed sorrows in his anger. You don't see, you international bankers, you don't know what sorrow is, man.
Yeah.
You have not had a bad day in your life. You know? The only bad day you might have had is because, you know, your stocks didn't go the right way you wanted them to go. But as far as having like misery,
control the stock market. How do you do that?
Exactly. But I mean, you know, I'm just giving them like something, you know, to work with.
The only misery they have is they're bored because they fucking like, what new wickedness can I do today?
That's right. Yeah, or you don't have a new form of wickedness to do, you know. But you're gonna know what sorrow is. Yeah. When the kingdom is established, you're gonna know what sorrow is.
Yeah.
You know.
Emotion they're gonna learn how to feel.
That's all
like Israel, you know, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, they know nothing but sorrow. So that's when you crackers, you know, lose shit. You're like, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? And then you tell a black man or black woman or the other Latino tribes or North American Indian tribes, they're like, what you bitching about? We've been dealing with this all our life.
And see, that's why I get mad at these fucking abolitionist niggas, man. You know, you Negro abolitionists that sitting out there crusading for these devils.
Damn.
You know, you sit after all this shit this devil did to us. You still want them to have it easy?
Wow.
You know, you got.
You know what that shows? You know what that shows? That just shows that Israel is a compassionate people. You know, even though, you know, you got simple-minded 2/3 out there, you know, but that just shows the difference in the nature of the nation of Israel in comparison to the other nations. Because the other nations don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck about you. But then it shows too how gone Jake is right now.
Yeah.
That's because with the Most High, start with the Most High, allowed this devil to do a number on you niggas, man. You know, fucked you up so bad to where you love him for fucking you up.
That's that
Stockholm syndrome, right?
Yes, I was trying to think of the name.
And you love it so. So, man, listen, man. But the Most High he said he's gonna change it. The Lord's gonna change your mind and your spirit. The Lord gonna put you back in your right mind frame. And like we said, sometimes, hey, these Uncle Tom niggas might give Esau more hell, man, because they gonna be mad that you had him in that trick bag, man.
Effort, baby, I trusted in you,
You know?
man. I did all this for you, man. What?
Hey, Uncle Tom, hey, Esau, you gonna be, man, you gonna be messed up, man. You ain't no way in hell, except for the Sabbath. We gonna honor the Sabbath, you know. And even when we ain't whooping your ass, you gonna be reeling off of the ass whooping you just got.
Be licking your feelings.
You know, it's gonna be like you still get. We gonna do your ass whooping at last. You go when we ain't there. You know,
Yep.
you did that to us, man. Psychologically, mentally,
Yep.
physically.
It was a scripture I haven't brought in a long time, but it says they're gonna be such a low state that we have to force the woman to
Well, I
sleep
mean,
with them.
it's not really a scripture, you know, but really, you know, I mean, yeah, I mean,
They gonna be in a bad state.
well, I mean, no, the scripture do say that the woman, it's in, I believe in Job, the 27th chapter. You know, hold up, let me see if I can get there real quick.
Yeah, cause it's not.
It says,
you ain't gonna weasel out of this, man.
Yeah.
That's what these devils like to do. They like to try to weasel their way out.
You're right, brother.
They do all type
But
of
I mean,
wickedness.
It's gonna be a lot,
Oh,
because,
sorry.
but no, it's gonna be that your woman are not even gonna cry for you when you get put to death.
Right.
I'm gonna read it real quick. This is Job 27, and Spirit just put it in my mind. So
That's the spirit, man.
Job 27:13. This is the portion of a wicked man with the Most High,
Mm.
and the heritage of oppressors which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and their offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep.
Okay.
You know, so basically, what it means is that, you know, your women are not even gonna have no care for you.
Yeah, feel no
You
way
know?
about it.
And then right now, you know, you have the black woman. She want to deal with the cracker. You know, she look at Jake down. Everything's gonna be turned back around, man.
Yep.
You know. So I mean, yeah, in a sense, you know, you could say that. You know, you're gonna have to force. You know, that was just something that was said back then.
Yeah.
There wasn't really no scripture on it. It was just something that was said. You know, that you're gonna force the Edomite woman to lay down with the white man to bring forth children. But there's gonna be breeding grounds, just like you had
You're gonna have to.
breeding grounds in slavery.
Yep.
You know. And you know, I mean, I don't know if you brothers have anything else.
Well, hey man, I think brothers got fed.
Yeah, that was
You know, let's you
that was
know.
intense and heavy.
I mean, I'll finish the scripture off with anything. It says, verse 17,
Where you at?
Psalms 103 and 17. It says, but the mercy of the Lord is from everlasting to everlasting upon them that fear him,
Mhm.
in his righteousness unto children's children, which that goes deep, that goes into reincarnation, man.
Mhm.
To such as keep his covenant, and to those that remember his commandments to do them, the Lord hath prepared his throne in the heavens, and his kingdom ruleth over all. Bless the Lord, ye his angels, that excel in strength, that do his commandments, hearkening to the voice of his word. We're speaking about the Most High's angels, right? Bless ye the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, all ye his hosts, ye ministers of his, that do his pleasure.
They do his pleasure. His ministers are gonna do his pleasure. You know, so you ain't gonna do what you want to do. Brother put a comment, said I could listen another hour. You know, but hey, you know, brothers have to work tomorrow. You know, and I know, you know, brothers got jobs, and you know they got things that they have to do. You know, so
But don't worry.
Plantation.
Hey,
Yeah.
we through the spirit, the Lord got brothers on fire. It's gonna be brothers is doing live shows left and right, man, these days. Brothers is doing videos. Brothers in the camps are doing videos.
somebody put stomach is full.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hey, you know, that's that honey, that's that word, man. So brothers is fed, that's beautiful. And that's the main goal, is to feed brothers and get you ready for what's coming. You know?
GMS gallows on the street, which you know who that is. Proverbs 12 and 13. The wicked is snared by the transgression of his lips, but the just shall come out of trouble. And that's right.
That's
You know, because you know these devils, they're proud. You know, the scriptures speak about Esau's pride. You know, they don't think they're never going down. But you know what? The righteous are gonna come out of trouble. You know. So I mean, y'all brother got anything else?
Yeah, now hey, with that, man, I say peace and Lord willing salvation to the righteous, man.
Hey, well,
to the elect.
With that, you know, we hope you brothers learn something. And to the next time, we say shalom to the elect, and death to you, to the rest of you enemies of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Shalom.
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 stop the stream. Hold on, it's still going.